The train of his robe, the most majestic vision in history. 1. The hook beyond human imagination. Most people think they understand greatness. They think of stadiums, cathedrals, or mountain ranges, but 2,700 years ago, a man named Isaiah saw something that redefined greatness forever. He didn't just see a king. He saw a robe so massive, so incomprehensibly vast that the hem, just the very edge of the garment, filled the entire temple of Jerusalem. Forget the Sunday school illustrations. We are going deep into the Hebrew text and ancient royal imagery to reconstruct the most majestic vision in the Bible. You aren't just watching a video, you're entering the throne room. 2. The context, a kingdom in crisis. Context is everything. Isaiah's vision didn't happen during a time of peace. It happened in the year that King Uzziah died. Uzziah had reigned for 52 years. He was the only stability the people knew. When he died, the nation was terrified. They felt leaderless. The throne was empty. That's when the veil was torn. Isaiah looks up and he realizes that while the earthly throne was vacant, the real throne was never empty. But what he saw next defies the laws of physics. 3. The spectacle, the train that filled the temple. Isaiah says, "I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple." In the ancient world, the length of a king's robe represented his status. If a king defeated a rival, he would cut a piece of the loser's robe and sew it onto his own. The longer the train, the greater the victory. Think about the scale. The temple was massive, the size of a modern skyscraper's lobby, and yet just the hem of God's garment occupied every cubic inch of space. There was no room for anything else, no room for Isaiah's pride, no room for the nation's fear. The glory was literal crowding. 4. The guardians, the burning ones. Above the throne stood the Seraphim. In Hebrew, seraph literally means the burning ones. They have 6 wings. Why? Because even the holiest creatures in existence cannot look directly at the source of this light. They cover their faces, they cover their feet. They aren't singing a melody, they are shouting a reality. When they speak, the doorposts shake. This isn't a church service, it's a cosmic earthquake. 5. The reaction, woe is me. When Isaiah sees the train of the robe, he doesn't take a selfie, he doesn't feel inspired, he falls apart. He says, "Woe is me, I am undone." In Hebrew, that means I am dissolving. In the presence of absolute purity and infinite scale, Isaiah realized he was unclean. The same majesty that should have destroyed him was used to heal him. The train of the robe wasn't just there to show off power, it was there to invite him into a mission. 6. The conclusion, the king is still there. We live in a world that feels a lot like the year King Uzziah died. Chaos, uncertainty, and empty thrones. But Isaiah's vision reminds us of a different reality. There is a king whose victory is so complete that his garment fills the universe. He isn't distant, his train is still filling the room. Now I want to hear from you. 1. If you stood in that temple and felt the ground shake, what would your first thought be? 2. Does this visual of the robe filling the temple change how you view God's presence in your own life? Comment below. I read every single one. If this vision moved you, hit the like button and subscribe. Next week, we're going into the Ezekiel wheels, the most bizarre UFO-like encounter in the Bible. Don't just live in the dust, look up, the throne is occupied.